At first glance, the Roadrunner looks like a bird designed for one thing: speed, long legs, a powerful stride, a body built close to the ground. And when danger appears, it can move incredibly fast. But speed is not the real reason this bird survives. Because the desert does not reward animals simply for being fast. It rewards animals that can solve problems. Every morning, the Roadrunner faces the same basic challenge: find enough energy, avoid becoming food, and somehow make it through another day in a landscape where heat, hunger, and predators are always waiting. The secret is not one extraordinary ability. It is a system of small advantages working together. And that system begins before the day's real activity even starts. Before the sun becomes powerful, the desert can be surprisingly cold. The Roadrunner waits in the early morning light, conserving energy while the temperature rises. Then something simple happens. It turns toward the sun. Its feathers lift. Dark surfaces beneath the plumage become exposed to the morning rays. The bird remains almost completely still. To an observer, it might look inactive, but it is doing something useful. It is taking advantage of the environment. Solar warmth can help reduce the amount of energy the bird needs to spend warming itself. And once the body is ready, the feathers settle. The Roadrunner steps down from its perch. The desert is waking up, and now the search begins. The Roadrunner moves through the scrub with a strange combination of speed and patience. It can cover ground quickly, but it does not run everywhere. Instead, it searches. Its head moves. Its eyes scan. Every patch of grass, every rock, and every shadow could contain an opportunity. Then, a grasshopper moves. The Roadrunner reacts almost instantly. One precise strike, one meal. Now the bird changes its behavior. It slows down. It stalks. It waits for the right moment. Then it strikes again. This flexibility matters. The Roadrunner is not dependent on one particular food. It can take insects. It can hunt small reptiles. It can exploit whatever prey the desert makes available. But the desert is never generous for long. As the morning advances, the ground becomes hotter, vegetation becomes thinner, and the easy prey begins to disappear. Now, the Roadrunner faces a different problem. What do you do when the food you were looking for is no longer there? The bird stops. It scans one direction, then another. Nothing. It searches again. Still nothing. This is where an animal can make a dangerous mistake. It can keep repeating the same behavior, hoping conditions will somehow change. The Roadrunner does something different. Something catches its attention. The Roadrunner stops. Its head rises. The body becomes completely still. Ahead, hidden among the rocks, is a very different kind of opportunity. One that can also kill it. A rattlesnake lies almost perfectly concealed against the desert floor. Its diamond pattern breaks up the shape of its body. Its head is raised slightly. Its tongue flicks through the air. The Roadrunner sees it, and immediately the calculation changes. This is not a harmless insect. This is a venomous predator capable of delivering a dangerous strike. The bird does not rush forward. It keeps its distance. Then another Roadrunner appears. Now there are two birds watching the snake. Their movements are careful. Their attention remains fixed on the danger. The snake is powerful at close range, so the Roadrunners have to make distance part of the strategy. This is not a contest of strength. It is a contest of timing. One Roadrunner suddenly moves. A quick jump. Wings spread. The snake turns. It strikes. The but the bird is already moving away. The attack misses. The Roadrunner jumps again. Another strike, another escape. The bird is not trying to stand in front of the snake. It is forcing the snake to react. And every reaction creates another opening. While the snake focuses on the moving bird, the second Roadrunner carefully changes position, step by step, closer, but never careless. Its heavy bill is one of its most important tools, yet even a powerful bill is useless if the bird gets too close to the snake's striking range. The distance closes. For a moment, everything seems to stop. Then the Roadrunner makes its move. The attack is sudden. The Roadrunner targets the dangerous end of the snake and immediately pulls back as the snake twists defensively. Dust rises from the ground. The birds reposition. The snake tries to regain control. But the Roadrunners continue using timing, distance, and repeated movements rather than simply relying on strength. It is dangerous. It is exhausting. And one mistake could reverse the entire encounter. Eventually, the snake becomes subdued. The Roadrunners have turned a dangerous confrontation into an opportunity for food. For an animal living in a difficult environment, that matters enormously. A large prey item can provide far more energy than a few scattered insects. But there is another problem. The moment the Roadrunner begins feeding, the bird moves more slowly now. Its attention is focused on feeding. The desert around it looks quiet, but quiet does not mean safe. High above the scrub, a Cooper's hawk is watching. The hawk circles. From that height, the Roadrunner is only a target moving across the ground. Then, the predator begins its descent. The hawk folds its wings. Its speed increases. The Roadrunner looks upward, and suddenly, the bird understands what is coming. There is no time to hesitate. The ground is its only advantage. The Roadrunner accelerates. Now the famous speed finally becomes important. But notice what it does with that speed. It does not simply run straight across the open desert. It changes direction. It heads toward rocks, toward vegetation, toward anything that can interrupt the hawk's attack. The hawk follows, but every obstacle makes the aerial attack more difficult. The Roadrunner turns again, then disappears beneath dense scrub. The hawk sweeps overhead. Nothing. The attack has failed. And this is the important distinction. Speed helped the Roadrunner escape, but speed alone did not save it. The bird used speed together with terrain, timing, awareness, and decision-making. Beneath the vegetation, the Roadrunner waits. Its breathing slows. The danger passes. Eventually, it emerges again. No panic, no unnecessary movement. Just another search for food. And now, the larger picture becomes clear. The Roadrunner's survival system is not built around one spectacular weapon. It is built around flexibility. It can use the sun, it can search for different foods, it can travel when resources become scarce, it can take calculated risks against dangerous prey. And when a predator attacks, it can use the landscape itself as protection. Every ability solves a different problem. Together, they create something much more powerful. Adaptability. As the afternoon light softens, the Roadrunners continue moving through the desert. The landscape has not become easier. The heat is still there. Predators are still watching. Food is still scattered. But the Roadrunner does not need the desert to become easier. It only needs to keep adapting to it. That is why speed isn't the secret. Speed is simply one tool. The real advantage is knowing when to use it, when to stop, when to search, when to take a risk, when to retreat, and when to use the environment itself as part of the defense. In a place where conditions can change from 1 hour to the next, flexibility can be more valuable than strength. The Roadrunner survives not because it dominates the desert, but because it knows how to operate inside it. And that may be its greatest weapon of all. Because in the wild, survival does not always belong to the strongest animal. Sometimes, it belongs to the animal that can adapt fastest when the rules change.